Well, happy Monday, everybody. March 6th. Wanted to bring you up to speed on some activity here in the Austin market. Before I get to that chart, we're going to start with this one, interest rates. So this was an email I just got this morning from one of our local lenders, Cornerstone's even advertising, 30-year fixed rate, almost 7%. And if you look at the other options, most of them are in the mid sixes right now for FHA, VAs, ARMs. So interest rates continue to climb. I can't say yet that we've had that full impact out in the market yet with buyers, but I want to prep sellers especially that just know buyers are having to go get more expensive debt right now as interest rates continue to climb. And we're going to watch this number. It could keep going up this spring, depending on how the bond market and the mortgage market reacts to the Federal Reserve continuing to raise their rates, and also the news that we're getting on inflation. So keep watching mortgage rates. I did want to flip you over to this. This is our, I just ran this a second ago. This is the historical price trend in Austin the past 12 months. So the top of the line was last April, May. This is when we had the median home price around $550,000. We had a really sharp drop through September, October. By the time we got to October, it was $465,000. So that's an $85,000 median home price drop in about 6 months. And then you get all the way to February. We had come down even more to about 430, not quite as aggressive, but still just trending, stair-stepping down. We've seen a tiny blip up in March. It says right now, of course, March, we're only March 6th. So we're talking 1 week of closings, which really are buyers that wrote contracts in late January, maybe early February. So showing us maybe there's a little bit of stronger contract activity. The market's definitely felt pretty good, but I wouldn't take that the market's going up yet. So let me show you this data. This came from, I believe, Texas A&M Research Center. I pulled this from another colleague on Facebook who was running data. So anyways, this is a look at January and February numbers. Just know the Austin Board of Realtors has not released their February numbers yet, and it probably takes 3 or 4 more weeks to pull all the official data together. This is average price. Average price kind of balloons higher than median price because a more expensive property counts for more. And so $1 million home would be equivalent to 2 $500,000 homes when it comes to average price. So anyways, what it tells me though is January we were around 562, February we've come down to 536. So what could be happening is, number one, yes, prices could be trending down a little bit, but number two, it also, these higher interest rates might be putting more pressure on the more expensive properties. It makes them just even harder to buy because the cost goes up as the debt goes up. So price is starting to soften on the average price. If I look over in the right-hand column, CP is closed price compared to the list price. What's the ratio? So closed sales in January were trending about 4.2% lower than list price. Now they're trending about 3.6% lower, a little better. And so what could be happening is as the price softens closer to where buyers like that price, at the same time, those buyers may come in and make offers a little faster. Those offers might be a little closer to the list price. And so what happens is it narrows that gap between the closed price and the list price. There also could be a little more activity in the market because February closings are January contracts. So what happens is you get some more buyers bidding on things together, and that raises the competition between list price and closed price. So both numbers are still softening, but they're not softening too aggressively. Finally, I'm going to take you over to the homepage of the MLS. So we have this little Market Watch box right here. So in the last 7 days, this is a look at 7 days of activity right here. We've had 937 new listings. About a little over 900 have price reduced. So you still have a number of price reductions in the market. I think right now, this morning, we had about 8,100 single family homes on the market. So out of those 8,100, about 10, 11% of them have done a price reduction in the last week. Price increase, there is a higher number. My guess is that's new construction. Tends to be that the builders tend to, if they raise price, they'll raise it incrementally in a big bulk, like their whole neighborhood. So that tends to be where you see price increase. I would not think that's most resale homeowners. About 200 came back on the market in the last week. Under contract, we're sitting about 800 or 900 homes that went under contract in the last week. That's pretty equal to how many new listings we had and how many reduced price. So again, we're just kind of trending on balance right here. So months of inventory probably won't change that much. But we're still also seeing withdrawals and expireds, not a huge number compared to last fall. That almost equaled new listings last fall. But right now we're seeing, call this 200-300 homes right now that are either coming off the market, not selling, or choosing not to sell. So it's a real mixed bag right now. I would say from this weekend, activity was pretty good. You know, buyers are out there. We had an open house on one of our listings, had over 30 people come through that open house. We got one of our listings under contract the first weekend. We've got some buyers out there writing offers and looking at properties. And I also want to say we have a number of lease listings. We help a lot of landlords. And so those lease listings were really cold through the winter, not a lot of activities. Now we're starting to see more and more lease activity come to life as tenants are having their apartment leases expire, or they're moving to the market and they need a place. Just like buyers, they're going to start to pick up activity as we move through the spring. So that's kind of look at the market right now. We're really still on this, edge with those interest rates. Is it going to let us increase in price a little bit this spring because there's buyer demand, or is it going to crush that buyer demand and the price will continue to kind of just stagnate or drift down slowly? So that's where we're at right now. Really interesting times, but I hope this data is helpful for you. I plan to release it every week. If you're buying, selling, or investing, let's connect this week. Otherwise, hope you enjoy the start of March. The weather is definitely getting better, and I look forward to talking with you next week. Thanks.